All right, let's go ahead and start this session. This is going to be all signs. Let's go ahead and see what comes out. Keep in mind that this is a general. Please do not force any of the channel messages, okay? All right, Aries, what's your message? What message do you have for Aries, please? What message do you have for Aries? Aries, what's up in the air is you need to prioritize your inner peace. All right, you need to work on your anger management. For the most part, you need to try to keep your blood pressure down. Um, uh, if you already know what triggers you, then either you need to discard it, leave it alone, walk away from it, stop it, whatever it is. If it disturbs your peace, then it's a no. Uh, if it brings an imbalance, whether that's for your health, your physical health, life in general, for the most part, what's up in the air areas is you prioritizing your inner peace. So this is letting me know that you don't have no structure right now. What's the word of advice for Aries? Aries, you don't have no structure right now. And I'm going to take a look at why Aries, you don't have no structure right now. Failure. Okay. So you're being hard on yourself. All right. Is this Aries? Is this Aries being hard on themselves, or is this someone being hard on Aries? Making Aries feel like a failure. Is Aries telling themselves that they feel like a failure, or is this someone making Aries feel like a failure? Lost in the air, locked. Okay. For some of you, this is your spouse, okay? Is a nuisance, and they just will not give you no space. You don't have no space. Like you checked out of this marriage a long time ago. For those of you who is just you yourself and you're not dealing with anybody, like you're lost in the hopes of love, and you need to detach of being in a fantasy and get out there and meet people. All right. Right now, your life is black and white with no color. You need to go learn these colors. Go feel what blue feels like. You know what I mean? Blue doesn't mean that it's cold. Blue means you get acrobats. You know what I mean? Start exercising using water. For the most part, it just feels like your perception on um, life in general uh, is your perception. But unfortunately, where you are in life, it is incorrect. So your mind is playing tricks on you, okay? Aries. And Aries, your house is all about self. So I think you need to stop saying that you can't and you can. When it comes to turning things around in your life, you got to stop being one sided. All right? Okay. Um, Taurus. What message do you have for Taurus? What message do you have for my earth sign Taurus, please? What message you have for Taurus? Taurus, you need to forgive. I'm gonna see if this is forgive yourself or forgive someone. Uh, is this Taurus needing to forgive themselves, or is this Taurus needing to forgive someone? It feels like you need to forgive someone because this is three different races here. If you can see these hands, look, these are three different people. Yep. But I want to clarify. So I'll just do both. When it comes to Taurus forgiving self, what's the message? When it comes to Taurus needing to forgive someone, Oh, okay. When it comes to you needing to forgive someone, whatever they did was bad. When it comes to you needing to forgive yourself, you keep hurting yourself. That's the secret. For others of you, you've done something bad and it's eating you alive. What is the word of advice? It's eating you alive. I literally see a silhouette of someone looking at the other person, and it's like, Taurus, why are you crying? And it's like, you know, you're making up lies, and you want to let them know like you cheated on them. And the reason why you can't tell them is because they'll hold it over your head for the rest of your life. But when it comes to blame, here it says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. So, Taurus, if you don't forgive yourself, my other Taurus, if you don't forgive what somebody did to you that was bad, okay? Someone poisoned your cup, okay? And that lets me know that you know who it is. When it comes to meeting up with someone, they keep telling you that they're not going to do it again. But the thing is, you need to release this person. And this is a sensitive subject. No one's innocence should be taken. And that's what I see here. So there's a Taurus here. When it comes to the person that you currently are, you blame what happened. Now this is a sensitive matter. Everyone suffers because of of your innocence being taken as a child. And you're being asked to forgive yourself for doing that and take accountability of your well-being. For those of you Tauruses that had a love affair and you just can't touch your person, like, because you feel like they don't know. But you better tell them you got a child. You better tell them before they find out. For those of you who are dealing with someone who is toxic, you need to stop acting like you don't like it, because you do. I gotta move on. Gemini. What message you have for Gemini? I don't know. There's a Taurus in denial. Gemini, you're being asked to practice gratitude. All right? Block out the noise, Gemini, and experience joy. Okay? It's safe. You're safe, Gemini. When it comes to family, all is well. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Why does Gemini feel like they have to be perfect? Thank you. Moment. All right. What you've experienced with your twin flame, don't make everyone pay the cost because of your experience with your twin flame. Okay? Just know that when it comes down to, I don't see that this relationship has ended. I see that this relationship will be on hold. How long will this relationship be on hold? Until you are fully successful in life. Your person is going bye-bye. All right? And it's either they're going into the military, being incarcerated, or they are moving. But it's for the greater good. You know what I mean? Obviously, you guys can't get yourselves together. Okay. Now, if there is a child involved, this child is definitely going to play a specific role when it comes to you being able to practice gratitude and finding joy in life. Um, Gemini. All right. Cancer. What message you have for Cancer? What the? Cancer. Be kind to yourself and others, Cancer. That's what you're being asked to do. You're not an affectionate person. Why how come Cancer's not an affectionate person? That came out fast, up in the air. Listen to life because of what you've been through. But guess what? Maybe you do need to purchase a dog or a cat or a bird or a fish or a lizard. I don't know. Something that's going to help you with being affectionate, working on that. You actually don't have to purchase no animal, go volunteer. I don't know. I love animals, but I'm not an animal person. I used to be. I'm still not healed from Noah being gone. But anywho, um, you're not listening to life. All right. So your patience is low. All right. You're not affectionate. You're not wanting to be bothered. But you're being asked to take your time and be kind to yourself and others. When it comes to listen to life, Cancer says, I am attentive to the world around me. Signs and symbols guide me to my success. I listen and discover the way to the internal. So you need to create an environment or be in an environment that feels safe for you. Don't force yourself to be in environments that you don't fit in. That's why you're not being kind, because you're being forced to experiences that are not aligned with you. You know what I mean? All right, Leo, what message you have for Leo? And I'm not laughing at you, Cancer. Only reason I'm laughing is kind of like I don't know how to explain. Anyway, Leo, there you are, Leo. It says strengthen your spiritual connection. Leo, you have everything, all of your wishes have been granted. So why are you still seeking? Okay? You see a mountain, or you see something coming ahead. I don't know if this is troubles. What is this? What does Leo see? Inner beauty, vitality, and divine fruit. Ooh, you need to get yourself ready, because your true divine counterpart, you know who your divine counterpart is. All right? You're trying to find the right time, but for the most part, don't force this. Don't rush this, Leo. The bottom of the deck, manifestation of light. This is divine timing with the divine enlightenment, because the last thing you want to do is be devoured by your divine counterpart. All right? Are you devouring your divine counterpart? Whatever fits, someone will get devoured, and that doesn't need to happen. uh, Virgo, some of you are gonna be like, "What the heck is SGL saying?" You know how it just feels like two dominant personalities will end up devouring each other, and that could be prevented if you do not rush. You guys have to learn each other's nature. Same breed doesn't mean you guys understand each other's nature. One of you guys could be starving, one could be hungry. There was a male lion and a lioness. All right. Anywho, it says, Virgo, be patient and have faith in divine timing. Ain't that something? Leo, is your person a Virgo? I just want to know. But anywho, Virgo, you cannot rush time, you cannot stop time. But what you can do, you can step out of you can step out of, how do I say this? Uh, I don't want to go biblical because I don't want to generalize this. You have to step out of the world. If you step out of the world and stop being of the world, then everything will slow down to your liking. It's not going off the grid. It's just, stop trying to keep up with the world and create your own world. And then everything will come to your liking. I am message for Virgo. Your fulfillment, patience, positive action, choice, freedom, and being true. Yeah, you need to create your own world. The only thing, the challenge that you have, Virgo, is it's going to be difficult because you've been part of the world for such a long time that you're going to still be conformed. You're going to try to live a double life. It's not going to work. Like, you can be a part of the world and just understand with this positive action, you know, you're going to have to work for it compared to you creating your own world. No one's going to encourage you. You have to encourage yourself. You see the difference? It's kind of like you having to run on the treadmill just to be able to get a positive reaction in the world of the world versus you being in your own world, Virgo, and owning your own world. And this positive action is you speaking life into yourself. You win, you don't lose. Being part of the world, you lose time, sleep. You know what I mean? So Uh, there's something about this hourglass that is standing out, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Hourglass, hourglass. Stop trying to control. I don't know. Something about alchemy. Mm-hmm. Libra. What message you have for Libra? And what you don't see, follow your passion, Libra. What you don't see is trust your partner in reverse. When it comes to your passion, do not put that in the hands of your partner. That's, do what you want to do. Just when it comes to your passion, whatever it is, it does come with pain, but eventually you'll get used to the pain. But just understand, when you perform new exercises, there's new pain. So everyone knows that a ballerina has bruises. They don't have pretty feet, but if they take care of their feet, and their feet will be beautiful again. But when they learn new moves, there's new pain, new bruises. When they get new shoes, it's not a pretty experience. So just know, when it comes to your passion, it's not going to be a pretty experience. The fact that you're going to have to persevere independently without the codependency of your partner's. Your partner doesn't believe in what it is you believe in. I said it there. Hey, Lolly, Leo Venus. I'm going to try to remember that. New opening and transformation. But you stick to what it is you believe in when it comes to following your passion. It's definitely going to turn your partner's perception around. So, and look, and attention is at the bottom of the deck. Splitting the deck, since it's like that, is faith. It sucks that it has to be this way, right? You will want your partner to be at the foundation of believing in what you believe in, but unfortunately, your person doesn't see what you see. All right. And for some of you, your partner is not someone that's romantic or a marriage or spouse. It could be family. right? It could be siblings. It could be anything outside of someone that doesn't believe in you. But at the end of it all, listen, your actions and you hanging in there is definitely, you're going to make a believer out of people. And my advice to you is accept them with open arms. You know, don't be the don't be the hen. The hen, the hen had her friends, and she said, "Hey, you guys, I want to make some bread," and no one helped her. I'm gonna just make the story short. No one helped her, and at the end of the story, the moral of the story, they smelled the bread, and she could have said, "No, you didn't help me do this." She explained to them, but she still shared because the value of the experience of a true connection and teaching the importance. You know what I mean? It's kind of like grandma, making this a nice hearty soup or sweet dessert that you like, and you just know it's going to satisfy the soul. But granny never told you to come help. You just knew that when it was done, you were going to be satisfied. And it just feels like this when it comes to your passion. You know, you're going to step into a new form of leadership, and don't, mess it up by trying to remind people of who didn't believe in you. Okay? This is what's going to mold you. I just got through reading an essay by Hughes, and it's what is it? The assignment B. Don't quote me on it, but basically the instructor told Hughes to go home and write an essay and come out of the paper, and that really touched home. It touched home for me, and I hope that this spread touch homes for you. That the people who don't show up for you is going to mold you, and it's going to drive your fire energy. That's what's going to keep you going to follow your passion. And not only are you going to go through transformations, every time you go through a new cycle, that people don't show up for you and believe in you and have faith in you, these new transformations was going to cause you to become a masterpiece. And then once people have attention, once you get people's attention that you didn't get before, you develop a new form of trust. Who am I talking to? Is this Virgo? Virgo, we've been on yours too long. Um, yeah, we gotta go. We got to go. Give me Libra, please. What message you have for Libra? Libra, find balance in your masculine and feminine energy. Okay, so Libra, you're being asked to get the gender shit out your head. Okay, feminine energy is feminine energy. Feminine energy is about expressing yourself, about listening to people who express themselves to you, about willing to, to explain how you feel. Masculine energy is just logic and analytical. Okay, how to resolve the problem. I don't care about how the problem happened. I don't care who's crying. I don't care whose heart is broken. Let's just resolve the problem. Okay. And so you need to find balance. This has nothing to it has nothing to do with gender. Am I talking to Libra? Yeah, Libra. Once you understand who you are, you will have balance. Give me an IM message for you will have balance, freedom. Yep. So some of my Libras, you're going through identity crisis. And once you realize that feminine masculine energy has nothing to do with gender, you will be able to be comfortable in your own skin. I don't know how to explain this. When it comes to freedom, it says, I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of the light within me. So, Libra, you need to learn how to communicate. Okay. So it just feels like you got it backwards. Your feminine energy, when you should be communicating, you're not. And when you should be resolving problems, you're emotional. So you need to figure it out. So some of you could be an emotional drunk, and you need to stop doing that. Moving forward, Scorpio. Scorpio, release old patterns and beliefs. You don't know if you're coming or going. Give me an IM message for, there we go, balance. Once you do that, you're going to be all right. You're going to go through a transformation. That's probably, if you're already going through a transformation, you feel like you don't know if you're coming or going, don't run away from this, okay? Keep doing the right thing and watch this new opportunity happen for you. You may want to re-listen to, who am I talking to? Scorpio? You may want to listen to Libra's energy, pathway to light. Okay, release old patterns and belief systems. So you need to get out of Hierophant energy. For some of you, you need to get out of the mind. You need to get out of the mindset of thinking that you're going to be. You're not going to be happy until you're married. Be happy now, because if you're waiting to get married to be happy, oh my God, listen, that is not what's going to bring a balance. What's going to bring balance is your life, is you recovering through that transformation and establishing your happiness now. Your message for balance, it says, I find balance between each spheres of life. I am a master of my daily life. I make time to nourish the spiritual and the physical. I bring love to my world by fulfilling the needs of my body and soul. And so until you learn to serve yourself, Scorpio, how the hell are you going to marry somebody and serve them? Believe me. Now listen, I may be young, but one thing I do know how to do, I do know how to serve. Okay. So you need to learn how to serve yourself before you think that a marriage is what's going to bring you happiness. It's not. If you don't know how to serve yourself, you're gonna think that you are in prison serving somebody when you ain't been serving yourself. Okay? Because to serve, that consists of hospitality. You have to be content. You have to be humble. You serving means you put the person before your own self. And gratitude and grace without needing anything or wanting anything in return. So why would you wait? Why would you position yourself thinking that you're going to establish balance and go to the courthouse and go get married and thinking that you're going to be happy? No, you need to have a commitment to yourself and learn to serve yourself before you think you can jump the broom, because going to the court is not jumping the broom. The judge can care less. Okay? All right. Moving forward. Who is this? Sagittarius? And that's coming from a good place. Okay? Don't sit here and say, oh, SGL don't know what she's talking about. Okay, that's your opinion. I'm not fit to go out of my way to tell you. You'll be back, and I'm going to be right here with open arms, and we're going to go through the spread, and we're going to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. But I don't know, if you go into the courthouse, 90% of the time, people who go to courthouse is because you're dealing with someone who previously have been incarcerated. That's not for everybody. But for the most part, 90% of the time, people who want to go to the courthouse and elope is because that is toxic. Don't you want family and friends to be a part of that moment? Now, everyone's budget could be different. You know what I mean? I don't want to leave that out. I want to look at all angles here. But we're not gonna dismiss the fact that you haven't even learned to serve yourself yet. You will be not happy. Okay? You're not gonna be happy. I'm gonna tell you that. Anyways, Sagittarius, whatever this is, what does it say? It says embrace change. Sagittarius, you're not ready to change. And your house is about transformation and healing. All right. You're not even willing to be open to hearing people out. So why are you here, Sagittarius, if you're not even wanting to hear what I have to say? Give me an I am message. I'm happy. Listen, showing up is participation in my book. Law unique. What do you mean serve yourself? What I mean about serving self is like not disowning yourself, knowing how making yourself a priority, mind, body, and soul, listening to your body, trusting self, being committed to self, just the same way that you would show up for someone that you are willing to commit and marry to. You first have to be willing to do that to yourself. I come from a very, very strict religious background, and I was heavy in the church. And I started off as just a regular old church member to going into missionary and training to being the bishop's assistant, a pastor's assistant. And I had to know how to serve, meaning you stop everything else in your life to show up for this religion. And that's just how I look at it when it comes to serving people and being a part of an organization where that's the priority. What did you say? Okay, thank you. Have a Sag moon. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just so many ways when it comes to serving self, to showing up for self and serving self. It's just like, the way I look at it is like my favorite ice cream is butter pecan, and it's like what is the IMS? Why did I say that? Being true. Okay, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. So what I see here when it comes to being true, that's up in the air, and the fact that you're refusing to change or even embrace it, you're mad about something. There is a truth that has come to a realization in your life, and you're needing answers. Open to the universe. Yeah. You've discovered a truth. So it just feels like it's kind of like, it just feels like you don't have the rose colored glasses on, or, you've put on the rose colored glasses, either one of the two, Sagittarius. Uh, I'm going to say this, Sagittarius, you've leveled up. For some of you, you've leveled up, and you're questioning yourself if you're living a lie. That's what I see here. Others of you, you know, you're waiting. I'm hearing that song. I don't mind waiting on the Lord. Prayer without works. This is what this is. Sagittarius, I'm going to tell you, you have to have prayer with works, not prayer without works. Okay? And what that means is, you know, you have to use your fire energy and either keep yourself busy or work towards what it is you're praying for. And by doing that, favor is initiated, right? And you get the fulfillment of what it is you prayed for. Versus praying without works is doing nothing in the hopes that your prayer will be answered. Okay. All right. Capricorn. What message you have for Capricorn? Let go of fear, Capricorn. Until you let go of fear, you are not going to What is that? Is that a window? This is an adolescent. You got to grow up, Capricorn. That's what I see. Or clarify this. You're the first person I'm clarifying. Clarify this, let go of fear. It's in reverse. Release the past. Yeah. You got to grow up, Capricorn. Give me an I message. All right. Now, I'm not rushing you to grow up. I'm just delivering a message. Capricorn, you got to grow up. Okay. And that is not a bad thing. We all have maturity levels that we need to increase or decrease. Some of us are immature, some of us are mature, and some of us need to mature more. So don't think that me telling you, Capricorn, that you need to grow up is a bad thing. What is in store for you, it's required for you to be at that maturity level. It says learning to love myself. So whatever happened in your adolescence, it is a challenge for you right now to release. You know, it's okay to navigate why you're in the past, but just understand that by me looking at these prints here, I don't know what kind of I don't know if these are hand prints or footprints. I think they're both. It reminds me of this picture. I haven't seen it in a long time, but there used to be this picture that was supposed to represent God's footsteps in the stand, and it was like a poem or something, or I don't know if it was a verse, a Bible verse or not. I'm not for sure. But what I will say is the fact that release the passage in reverse, a female took advantage of you because the sand represents a female. And whoever it is, they're older. Moving forward, Capricorn, my Capricorns who are not ready to let go of the past, just know that when you're ready, you then will trust again. You would then have a different perspective of life, and you will experience a new form of freedom. I don't know who this is. I don't know what this is, Capricorn, but I gotta go. Okay. When it comes to learning to love yourself, it says I choose. Yeah, I said this already. Aquarius. What message you have for Aquarius? And my apologies for Capricorn. You get what I'm saying? I can understand why you're not stuck there. It's just black and white. You're trying to heal the past, and when you need to be present and so you can live again. Aquarius. Yeah. What you don't see, Aquarius, it says stay committed to your journey, Aquarius. It's Aquarius, you have the challenges, commitment. And it feels like this could be something that you know. All right. When it comes to a person, you're being asked not to be in a relationship at this time. All right. Also what I see here from my Aquarius is when it comes down to commitment, this looks like a sunset just based off the hues. Because when the sun is rising, the hues. No, is this a sun? No, hold on. I think this is a sunrise. Because the sunset is more of like sherbety versus a sunrise. I think this is a sunrise. I think this is a sunrise, Aquarius. Aquarius, you need to learn your nature before establishing any form of commitment. All right. You have joy and faith. You will. If my Aquarius is who want to be in a relationship, you will, but you're not ready. Okay, you're not ready. But for the most part, and two, for my other Aquarius is where you're supposed to learn your nature. Until you understand your nature, your feminine, your masculine energy, you won't tap into this joy here, this Leo energy. All right. You don't have to go through pain to experience joy all the time. And you have this faith here. You don't have to be cold. It's like you don't have, you know how, have you ever seen someone look mad and you just stop them and be like, why are you mad? Right? And then they start smiling. You have people who intentionally look mad just to get attention versus people who are actually mad, right? And they ain't looking for attention. Aquarius, stop being mad for attention. Okay. I don't know what that means. Cause I know I have a bitch resting face, but I don't be mad. My heart be smiling. One step at a time when it comes to learning who you truly are, when it comes to your masculine and your feminine energy. And that's not gender roles. Pisces. What message you have for Pisces? Pisces, communicate openly and honesty. There's two versions of you, Pisces. You have your true self, and then you have your fantasy self. Merge the two together. That's what I'm being guided to tell you. Freedom. Yeah. It's time for you to birth who you truly are, Pisces. All right. When it comes to freedom, it says, I realize my wounds create doubts, resentments, and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being light within me. Be yourself. I want you to live this life of you being yourself, Pisces. You owe that to yourself. You don't owe that to me. I don't want you to live life for the rest of your life of being someone that you're not. It's not saying you're not being someone you're not. It's you're not fully operating in your full self. So you can. So if you're a superhero, go on and be your superhero in real life. If you want to embrace your inner child, put up superhero little figures on your desk, or you like to color. You want to roller skate. Like, embrace your inner child, embrace the fantasy that's in your head, and you're going to truly operate in life. You're going to live. I was about to call you Capricorn. Capricorn, maybe that's your message. Pisces, I love you. Birth this true version of yourself. Okay, so merge your fantasy self with your worldly self, and you're gonna be okay. I love you guys. Hopefully I did a good job. I will tap back in once I'm finishing my studies today. Depending on my energy, I may come back on here, but for the most part, I will put the timestamp on the previous messages and turn those into shorts for you guys. Yes, you're welcome, Long Unique. Have a good day. All right, don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle until we meet again.